Hello there, and welcome to Sleep Science 360. I'm so glad you found your way here tonight. Where are you listening from? Under quiet city lights, or beneath a sky too dark to name? Maybe your day was heavy, and you're ready to drift into something weightless. You can let go now. Your breath can slow. Even gravity can rest a little. Because tonight, we listen to what cannot be seen, the silent pull that binds the stars. Gravity and its ghostly twin dark matter. Together, they hold everything planets, light time itself, in a dance older than memory. Somewhere beyond your walls, a galaxy turns in perfect darkness, held by something invisible and endless. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The night opens like a slow tide. A deep breathing hush moves through the room, and the air feels softer, as if space itself is loosening around you. Somewhere inside that stillness, something begins to stir, a silent, patient force that has no sound, no color, no edge, and yet shapes everything it touches. It is gravity, the oldest whisper in existence, the invisible architect that taught the cosmos how to move. Before there were stars, before time had rhythm, there was only motion trying to find balance. Tiny fluctuations in the newborn universe, ripples in the plasma sea, each one an echo of potential. From those ripples came attraction, and from attraction the first act of belonging. You can rest now, because every heartbeat in you still remembers that ancient pull, the wish of matter to come home to itself. Gravity began not as a command but as a longing. It did not pull, it embraced. Atoms drifted together through the cooling dark hydrogen and helium, weaving silent spirals for millions of years. Where they met, they pressed, and pressure kindled heat, and heat became light. A star was born, the first candle of the universe. Around each one gravity curved space, like a gentle hand holding the newborn flame in balance. Even now, the same physics cradles you. The ground that supports your body is not still. It is falling continuously, gracefully around the sun at 30 kilometers per second. You are moving through space as softly as dust carried on a slow wind. It's okay to drift. Einstein once wrote that gravity is not a force, but the geometry of spacetime itself, a great fabric bending under the weight of energy and mass. Every object, from a pebble to a planet, tells spacetime how to curve, and spacetime tells objects how to move. The universe is a conversation of curves. Wherever there is matter, space bends inward. Wherever there is light, it follows that bend, gliding along invisible hills and valleys that no eye can ever see, yet every atom obeys. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine the Earth as a small blue sphere floating on that cosmic fabric. Its presence presses gently, like a fingerprint, on water. The moon moves along the curve of that dimple, never falling, never escaping, just flowing in endless surrender. You are safe here. Even gravity, it seems, prefers harmony to haste, and yet gravity is only half of the story. For all that we can see, stars, planets, glowing gas, there is 5 times more that remains unseen. Dark matter, the silent majority of the cosmos. It neither shines nor absorbs. It passes through light as wind through fog, and yet its presence sculpts every galaxy. Without it, the Milky Way would scatter like dust in a storm. It is the hidden spine of creation. Astronomers mapped its outline not by sight, but by the bending of light around what isn't there. Gravitational lensing, where a cluster of dark matter distorts the view of galaxies behind it, stretching them into ghostly arcs. Through those arcs, we read the shape of the invisible. The universe paints with absence, and we learn to see through its silence. You can rest now, because what you cannot see is still holding you. Across billions of light years, dark matter forms a vast network, the cosmic web. Each filament is hundreds of millions of light years long, and where they intersect, galaxies bloom like lights on a living nerve. If you could step back far enough to see it, the universe would look like frost on glass, delicate and endless, each line shimmering with galaxies, each void breathing stillness. Somewhere within that web is our own Milky Way, spinning once every 230 million years, a slow, patient breath in the lungs of eternity. We orbit its center, drawn by gravity. We cannot feel toward a darkness we cannot see. And yet that pull is the reason we exist. You can rest now. Dark matter does not clump or shine, but it gathers, forming halos around galaxies like invisible cocoons of mass. Inside each halo, stars are held in their orbits, their motion balanced between falling and flying. If the halo vanished, the stars would scatter into emptiness. But the halos remain ancient and unmoving guardians of structure. Scientists have searched for dark matter in underground detectors, listened for it in cosmic rays, even recreated the early universe in particle colliders. So far, it stays quiet. Maybe it is a new kind of particle, something beyond the standard model weakly interacting massive patient. Or maybe it is a property of gravity itself, a gentle correction to the law we think we know. Whatever it is, its mystery reminds us that knowing is only another form of wonder. It's okay to drift, because sometimes the universe hides its answers so we can learn to listen more deeply. If gravity is the rhythm, dark matter is the harmony beneath it. Together they compose the song of motion. When two galaxies approach, their halos merge, first silent oceans meeting at the edge. Stars pass through without collision, but gravity ripples outward like music in slow motion. A billion years later, a new galaxy is born, from the union spiral arms unfolding, like petals in time-lapse bloom. In that scale of slowness, even destruction becomes creation. You can rest now. Gravity is not only an external force, it is also a memory embedded in matter. Every atom within you has traveled across cosmic distances to arrive here tonight. The carbon in your cells was forged in the collapse of a massive star, thrown into space by supernova winds, then gathered again by the quiet insistence of gravity. Your bones carry the pattern of that gathering. Your breath continues the story of attraction and release. You are made of the same rhythm that binds galaxies. Somewhere in the distant sky, two black holes spiral together, each one heavier than suns beyond counting. Their orbits shrink, space bends tighter, and when they finally meet, the collision sends ripples through spacetime gravitational waves, the softest tremors in all of reality. By the time they reach Earth, they are fainter than the width of an atom, yet we can measure them. We can hear the universe remembering itself. It's okay to drift. Those waves pass through you too. Every few moments, a ripple older than civilization crosses your body, changing the distance between your atoms by less than a proton's width. You do not feel it, but it is there, a cosmic lullaby, too deep for sound, too gentle for notice. The universe is humming, and you are part of its vibration. Einstein once imagined that if the sun disappeared, Earth would not notice. For 8 minutes, the time it takes light and gravity's change to reach us across 150 million kilometers. That delay is a reminder even the most immediate forces move through time with grace. Nothing rushes in the cosmos. All things arrive in their own slow rhythm. You can rest now. Beyond the edges of galaxies, where the starlight thins and darkness reigns, gravity still holds sway. Clusters of galaxies gather into superclusters, and even those drift toward something greater. The mysterious gravitational center we call the Great Attractor, hundreds of millions of light years away. Our entire cosmic neighborhood, the local group, is moving toward it at 600 kilometers per second. Yet to us lying here, everything feels perfectly still. That's the gift of scale motion, too grand to disturb the present moment. You are safe here. The air around you settles. Each breath becomes a quiet orbit. Every exhale softens the pull of thought. And as your body sinks into the bed, you are following gravity's oldest rule to find the lowest energy, the place of rest. Planets do it, stars do it. Even galaxies slow eventually toward equilibrium. You can rest now. Somewhere beyond human reach, dark matter continues its silent work, gathering, shaping, balancing. It does not hurry. It has waited since the first second after the Big Bang, when the universe cooled from fire into form. In that moment, the seeds of every future galaxy were planted within the invisible field we still cannot name. 13.8 billion years later, the pattern remains. Everything still moves to its quiet design. If you listen closely, you might sense that same pattern within yourself. A pull toward center, a tendency toward connection, a gravity of being. It binds thoughts, memories, and dreams into the soft architecture of self. It holds you to this moment, the way dark matter holds the stars. And as you breathe, you may notice the room itself expanding slightly. With each exhale, the air cooling the world, slowing around you. Gravity is still here, not as a weight, but as a promise that everything that falls is simply finding its way home. You can rest now, because the universe has never stopped holding you. From the first flicker of light to this quiet second, the same invisible thread connects it all: stars, atoms, time, and the softness of your breathing. Somewhere light bends around an unseen mass. Somewhere a galaxy turns without sound. Somewhere space itself leans inward, listening. And here, in the small gravity of your own stillness, the cosmos continues to unfold. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The night deepens. The pull remains gentle. The stars keep their patient silence. And you are part of their quiet design. You are safe here. You can rest now. The night has grown quieter. Even the air seems to listen. And somewhere in that hushed gravity begins to reveal its deeper song, a harmony so vast, so subtle, that the universe itself becomes the instrument. It begins, not with motion, but with symmetry. Everywhere we look, matter has a twin. For every particle, an antiparticle. For every visible thing, a dark reflection that does not shine. Physicists call it balance. But to the universe, it is music. You can rest now, because this quiet has rhythm. Every atom hums with gravity's slow vibration. Every photon curves slightly as it passes a star. Even your thoughts, tiny as dust motes of energy, exist within that same invisible field. If gravity were only a force, the cosmos would fall apart. But gravity is not force. It is relationship. It does not command. It listens. It hears the mass of every particle and answers with curvature. And so, everything that exists is constantly speaking with everything else. Each orbit, each fall, each rising wave of light, a note in a symphony that never ends. The Earth moves around the Sun once every 365 days, a path over 900 million kilometers long. The solar system drifts around the Milky Way at 828,000 kilometers per hour, and the Milky Way itself slides through the dark toward Andromeda at 4,000,000 kilometers per hour more. Yet you resting here feel only stillness, because gravity carries you smoothly, without friction, without edge. You are safe here. Somewhere beyond the reach of light, dark matter flows in waves, pooling in vast, invisible currents. Computer simulations show it a great web of energy and matter stretching across billions of light years. Each filament is a river of gravity's quiet insistence. Galaxies cling to it like leaves to a stream. If you could watch from far enough away, you would see the universe as a slow, breathing shape, clusters, expanding and drifting apart while threads of dark matter hold the pattern steady. It is a living geometry, made not of color or light, but of motion and memory. You can rest now, because the same design that holds galaxies together is holding you. When scientists studied how stars move around their galaxies, they found something unexpected. The outer stars were moving too fast, so fast that by visible matter alone, they should have escaped long ago. Something unseen was adding mass, deepening the gravitational well, keeping those stars in orbit. That hidden mass dark matter is now thought to make up about 85% of all matter in the cosmos. The universe we see is only the surface of a much deeper sea. Even our galaxy swims in a halo of it, a vast, unseen sphere spanning nearly 1,000,000 light years. Every atom of you, every photon from your lamp, is moving through that halo right now. Billions of dark matter particles pass through your body each second, without sound, without touch, without trace. And yet, their collective presence makes the stars possible. You can rest now, because the unseen does not mean the unreal. Physicists once called gravity a weak force, but only because it whispers instead of shouts. At the scale of atoms, electromagnetism dominates. But at the scale of galaxies, gravity rules with quiet authority. Its reach is infinite. It fades with distance, but never truly ends. Even a single pebble has a field that stretches to the edge of the cosmos. It's okay to drift, because nothing in existence is ever entirely alone. Somewhere in a lab, a detector deep underground waits for dark matter. Shielded from cosmic rays, surrounded by lead and silence, it watches for the faintest flash, a single collision between a dark particle and a normal atom. Years pass with no signal, yet the waiting continues. Science, like sleep, requires faith in the unseen. And in that waiting there is beauty. Because mystery is not a gap in understanding. It is the horizon that pulls us forward. It's the same gravity that draws galaxies together, a longing for coherence. In the cold of space, galaxies gather into clusters, thousands of suns within each, all moving through one another's pull. Between clusters lie vast voids, regions so empty that light can travel for 100 million years without meeting a single atom. Yet even in those voids, dark matter remains thin, quiet, patient. The universe does not waste emptiness. It uses it as pause or rest between the notes. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In the early universe, gravity worked hand in hand with expansion. Space stretched, but gravity gathered, creating islands of structure within an ocean of motion. It's the reason galaxies exist at all. Too much expansion, and everything would have thinned into nothing. Too much gravity, and everything would have collapsed into silence. But the balance was perfect. A trillionth of a trillionth. Just right. So creation could continue. You can rest now, because balance is the nature of everything. Even now, as the cosmos expands faster and faster, gravity continues to resist holding galaxies together like beads on an infinite string. Dark matter helps anchoring them against the pull of dark energy. Another mystery, waiting in the wings. For every outward breath of the universe, gravity provides the inward return. It is the pulse between being and becoming. Somewhere beyond what telescopes can see, gravity waves cross paths. Echoes of black holes merging, or neutron stars collapsing into fire. Each wave carries information about the impossible, a vibration of spacetime itself. They pass through us unnoticed, but when recorded, they sound like low musical notes from instruments the size of constellations. The cosmos hums, and the melody is gravity's. It's okay to drift, because in stillness, you are part of the music too. Imagine now a sphere of dust collapsing under its own weight. For millions of years, it falls inward gravity, folding space tighter and tighter until pressure ignites its core. A star is born, a luminous balance between collapse and radiation. Its warmth will travel for billions of years, touching planets, oceans, eyes, and one night, this one, a small reflection of that light will reach you, and you will sleep beneath its memory. Even your dreams, those drifting constellations of thought, follow gravity of their own images, drawn together by association, emotion, bending memory, until meaning becomes a kind of orbit. The physics of imagination and the physics of stars are not so far apart. Both rely on attraction, curvature, return. You can rest now, because every thought is a star seeking its galaxy. Somewhere beyond the edge of what light can show, the cosmic web continues to grow. Clusters merge, new stars ignite, and within the quiet fabric of space, dark matter holds them all with infinite patience. It is not absence, it is foundation. Astronomers say that if you could weigh the universe, its visible matter, all the planets, dust, and stars, would account for less than 5% of the total. The rest is dark matter and dark energy, the twin mysteries that cradle creation. So when you look up at the stars, you are not seeing the whole picture, only the visible edge of an unseen ocean. You float upon its surface, held by waves of gravity older than time. You are safe here. You can rest now. The stars outside your window move through that dark sea as calmly as breath through lungs. They do not hurry. They do not fall. They follow paths drawn long before light was born. In that sense, gravity is the memory of the universe, and dark matter is its intuition. Together they remind us that what matters most is often what we cannot see. And as you breathe, you may feel a quiet weight beneath you, not heaviness, but belonging. The same invisible curve that keeps the moon above the sea is holding you too. It has always been this way. From the first gathering of atoms to the last flicker of starlight, everything is part of one slow conversation between gravity and time. You can rest now because the universe is still listening. Somewhere light bends around a cluster of galaxies, its path curved by invisible mass. What looks like chaos is perfect design, and beneath it, all the music continues, a low, eternal hum, woven through the silence of space. It's okay to drift. The cosmos is still singing you to sleep. The night has become a sea. Every sound has softened to a ripple, and you are floating in the long tide of the cosmos. Somewhere beyond thought, the music of gravity continues, a hum too deep for hearing emotion, too gentle for sight. And now, light enters the story. It has no mass, yet it bends beneath gravity's hand. The universe reminds us that even what seems weightless feels the curve of existence. Photons, the smallest travelers, follow invisible pathways carved by spacetime. They do not resist, they flow, and in their flowing, they reveal the shape of everything else. You can rest now, because even light slows down to show us where gravity hides. In 1919, during a total solar eclipse, astronomers measured the stars just beside the darkened Sunday. Their positions had shifted. Light from distant stars was bent by the sun's mass. Its path curved through warped spacetime. For the first time, human eyes confirmed Einstein's idea: gravity was not pull, but shape. The cosmos itself was a soft geometry, folding and breathing. Since then, we have seen that bending everywhere. Light from galaxies takes curved routes through cosmic valleys, sliding past clusters of matter and dark matter alike. What we see through telescopes is not the universe as it is, but the universe as gravity paints it. Every curve in light is a signature of presence, an unseen hand-sketching form. It's okay to drift, because what bends light also cradles you. In the great web of space, gravity gathers light like silk threads in wind. Massive galaxies act as lenses, magnifying those behind them, turning the distant into the near. Through such lenses, astronomers can see billions of years backward to when the first galaxies formed, when the stars were still learning how to burn. The universe, in its patience, has built its own mirrors. Sometimes these mirrors multiply the same galaxy, creating ghost images in a circle, the Einstein ring, a perfect halo of light around an invisible mass. It is one of the universe's quiet jokes that even darkness can make beauty shine. You can rest now, because what is hidden still gives meaning to what is seen. Photons traveling since before Earth existed reach your eyes tonight. Some left their source 13 billion years ago. Each one has crossed clouds of dust, voids of silence, and the long reach of gravity. It has curved through invisible valleys, stretched with the expansion of space, and now, finally, it ends its journey on your retina. A story of the universe written in light. That light carries memory. Within it are codes of temperature, direction, age, and distance. When decoded, they reveal where galaxies lie, how fast they move, and what they are made of. We are reading the history of everything through the way gravity has shaped the path of light. You can rest now, because every star that ever shone left a message, and the universe still whispers it softly to you. Somewhere beyond sight, black holes wait the most intense expressions of gravity, where mass becomes infinite curve and space itself cannot climb out. Even light, the freest traveler, is caught there, circling the event horizon until time loses its meaning. To fall in is not to be destroyed, but to be rewritten into the geometry of spacetime itself. Beyond that edge, the laws of physics are dreams, and dreams are the only laws left. It's okay to drift, because even in falling there is grace. Around every black hole, matter glows, superheated gas, spinning at near light speed, shimmering against the darkness. Astronomers have photographed this. Now, a glowing ring surrounding a perfect shadow, the image of absence, a portrait of gravity at its most pure. When you look at that photograph, you are seeing light bent around the impossible. But not all gravity is violent. Most of it is gentle, constant, the same patient pull that keeps your feet against the earth. You are falling right now, not down, but around, in an endless curve through space. Every step, every breath, part of an orbit so steady, you can no longer feel it. You can rest now, because gravity never stops holding you. Scientists once believed space was a stage, a flat, nothing upon which matter moved. But we now know space itself is alive with motion, stretching, bending, expanding. It is both the field and the story. And light and gravity are its dialogue, speaking across eternity. Dark matter listens too. Though unseen, it joins in that dialogue, guiding the movement of stars, keeping the spiral arms of galaxies intact. It is the quiet counterpoint to the visible melody of matter. Without it, light would scatter, time would unfold without pattern, and gravity would have nothing to shape. You can rest now, because silence also has a voice. Somewhere near the constellation Virgo, a cluster of galaxies spins around a dark core. Their light curves like ribbons, their shapes distorted by the invisible mass between them. Through gravitational lensing, we see echoes, multiple reflections of the same distant object, like memories caught in mirrors. The universe remembers through distortion. In the beginning, gravity wrote the script. It decided where stars would form, how clusters would meet, and where light would travel. But light gives the story texture. Its path reveals the shape of everything else. If gravity is the writer, light is the ink. You can rest now, because the words of the cosmos are written in both dark and bright. Even here in the quiet of your room, light and gravity play their slow duet, photons from your lamp curve ever so slightly as they move past your body. Each breath displaces air, which has mass, which bends space, which alters light's journey by an amount too small to measure, yet not zero. Even the smallest motion changes the shape of everything. You are safe here. You are part of that geometry. Somewhere on the edge of a supermassive black hole, light dances circling at 3,000,000 kilometers per second, trapped yet unbroken. We call it the photon sphere, a place where light becomes both wave and orbit, both motion and stillness. It is a reminder that every boundary is also a path. In that same way, sleep is not an ending. It is a slow curve inward, a surrender to the body's quiet gravity. As your breathing deepens, thoughts orbit more loosely, and consciousness folds into rest. The universe does not stop when you sleep. It continues its motion, carrying you with it through the dark. You can rest now, because you are already in motion, and motion is life remembering itself. Einstein once said, "The distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubborn illusion." Gravity proves him right. When light bends around mass, it also bends time. The deeper the curve, the slower time flows. In the field of a black hole, a second can stretch into centuries. In intergalactic space, time runs fast and thin. Everywhere you go, your clock is part of gravity's song. The moment you lie down, your body's mass reshapes space by a fraction smaller than imagination, yet the universe adjusts. The Earth tilts infinitesimally in response, and the ripple of that shift spreads outward at the speed of light. To exist is to leave a mark on space-time itself. Even in stillness, you participate in creation. You can rest now, because being is enough. Beyond all this, dark matter continues its silent performance. It does not interact with light, yet it decides where light can go. Its gravity forms wells that photons fall through, and from those wells the structure of the universe emerges. Galaxies, filaments, clusters, all drawn in lines of darkness. We often call it dark because we cannot see it. But perhaps it is better called invisible light, the kind that reveals by shaping the kind that never needs to shine. It's okay to drift, because not everything that matters needs to be known. Tonight, as you breathe slower, the stars above continue their motion, each one a balance between gravity and radiation, between inward fall and outward glow. If the light faded, gravity would win and the star would collapse. If gravity weakened, the star would scatter. But here, for billions of years, they remain in perfect dialogue, held by tension, freed by pressure. You too are a balance between opposing pulls, wakefulness and rest, thought and silence, gravity and dream. You can rest now. And as you do, remember that even light, the fastest thing we know, must still follow gravity's curve. There is no escape and no need for one, because every curve leads home. The universe breathes, and somewhere in that vast inhalation, you are part of its rhythm. Your pulse is a small echo of cosmic motion, a human heartbeat woven into the slow symphony of stars. You can rest now. You are safe here. The light still travels, the darkness still holds, and the quiet gravity of sleep waits to carry you deeper. The night deepens. Outside, the sky holds its breath. No sound, no wind, only the soft hum of earth turning beneath you. Every few seconds, a new field of stars drifts across the horizon, though you do not see it. The planet rotates silently, carrying oceans, mountains, and dreams along its curved path through space. You are part of that turning, a small rhythm inside a larger one. And in that motion, there is memory. Gravity keeps that memory alive. It remembers how to move, how to bring things together, how to let them go. From the smallest grain of dust to the orbits of galaxies, 1,000,000 light years wide, it holds the pattern, the choreography of belonging. You can rest now, because the dance continues even when you stop moving. Every planet, every moon, every comet wandering the dark is a note in the cosmic symphony of motion. The tune is ancient elliptical paths, spirals, slow returns. It never rushes. The same equations that guided the birth of the solar system still whisper through the paths of atoms. Force, mass, time, curvature. They repeat endlessly, like a lullaby without words. 4 centuries ago, Isaac Newton watched an apple fall, and wondered why it moved as it did. From that falling fruit, he glimpsed the order behind motion, a universal law that binds earth to sun and moon to sea. He saw that what happens in the orchard happens also among the stars, and in that realization, the boundaries between sky and soil dissolved. It's okay to drift, because gravity connects everything that has ever been apart. Einstein took that idea further. He saw gravity not as a pulling hand, but as the shape of time itself. When a planet orbits a star, it is following the natural curve of spacetime. To us, it looks like motion, but to the universe, it is simply rest within geometry. The Earth falls around the sun forever, never landing, never escaping. A perpetual glide through the curve of time. You can rest now, because even falling can be a form of balance. Every orbit carries a memory of its beginning. When the solar system was young, disks of gas and dust circled a newborn Sunday. Tiny particles collided, sticking together, growing into stones, then worlds. Gravity remembered each collision, turning chaos into structure. Billions of years later, those same worlds still move in the same harmony, a dance written before life began. The Earth, your home, orbits at 30 kilometers per second, a steady motion so vast you cannot feel it. In one heartbeat, you've traveled 30 kilometers through space. In one breath, nearly 2,000. Yet the ground feels still, the bed unmoving, the stars patient. You are safe here, because motion, when constant, feels like calm. Every falling leaf, every drifting snowflake, every tide pulled by the moon. Each is gravity, remembering how to hold. It is the same memory that keeps your body grounded, your heartbeat rhythmic, your breath returning home. After every rise, you can rest now. Far beyond Earth, gravity shapes worlds more strange than imagination. There are planets made entirely of diamond, formed under crushing pressure. Planets with twin suns where shadows cross like tides, and worlds locked so tightly to their stars that one side burns forever while the other sleeps in darkness. Yet all obey the same simple law. Mass tells space how to bend, and space tells matter how to move. The universe never forgets this rule. Somewhere in that great memory, dark matter drifts a silent witness to every motion. Though we cannot see it, its gravity adds weight to every orbit, pulling galaxies into clusters, clusters into filaments, filaments into the web that holds everything together. It has no light, but it has purpose. Without it, stars would have scattered, and the universe would be an ocean of sparks without structure. You can rest now, because even the unseen remembers its place in the pattern. Light too remembers. The photons that touch your skin tonight began their journey millions of years ago. They have bounced between atoms, skimmed across gas clouds, and curved through gravitational fields. Their paths are long, but their destination is certain. When they arrive, they leave a trace, a memory of the space they've crossed. The faint glow you see in the night sky is not the present but the past, arriving gently at your eyes. It's okay to drift, because time, like light, travels in waves. Astronomers call that ancient glow the cosmic microwave background, the oldest light in existence. It began 3,8,0,0,0,0 Years after the Big Bang, when the universe first became transparent, that light still fills space, cool and faint, carrying the fingerprint of the universe's birth. Tiny ripples in its pattern show where gravity first began to gather matter, where galaxies would someday grow. We are surrounded by that memory every night, a soft echo from the dawn of everything. You can rest now, because the beginning is still here, woven into the quiet. Somewhere in that vast history, black holes continue their slow conversation with time. Each one is a record of motion, an archive of everything it has ever swallowed. When matter falls past the event horizon, its information is not destroyed. It becomes encoded in the surface, a hologram of gravity's memory. Even the universe refuses to forget, and when two black holes merge, their memories combine. Space trembles. A ripple expands outward, carrying the news of their union. Billions of years later, that ripple might pass through Earth, changing the distance between your hands by less than a proton's width. You will not feel it, but the universe will remember that you were there. You are safe here. Because memory is never lost, it only changes form. Dark matter remembers too. It holds the shape of galaxies long after their light has faded. Even when stars die, their gravity remains woven into the larger pattern. The universe is not a collection of things. It is a continuity of motion, a story told in curves. If you could see all of space-time at once, you would not see objects moving. You would see threads, each life, each planet, each photon, a line drawn across a four-dimensional fabric. Every moment already exists within that weave. To move is to trace your thread, to follow the curve that was always there. It's okay to drift, because the path has already been drawn. Even the smallest events leave ripples in space-time. When you move your hand, the change in gravity radiates outward at light speed. It will travel forever, stretching the fabric by the width of an atom until it is part of the general hum of existence. The universe feels your motion and quietly adjusts. Every breath is part of its balance. You can rest now, because the cosmos does not forget its own rhythm. Somewhere in a spiral galaxy far away, a sun rises over a world with no name. Its light bends through a field of dark matter, reflects off ice, and begins its journey outward. In a few billion years, that photon might pass through our solar system, a faint reminder of a sunrise no one ever saw. Even light from lost worlds has a destination. And here, in the silence of your room, that same physics applies. Your body curves space-time slightly. Your warmth radiates photons. Your stillness becomes a small event recorded in the fabric of forever. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are written into its design. You can rest now, because being small does not mean being forgotten. The night breathes slower now. Each inhale feels lighter, each exhale longer. You are floating through the invisible ocean of gravity and memory, held in a pattern that began before stars had names. Every motion has purpose. Every pause has meaning. Somewhere beyond galaxies drift apart, their light stretched into red by expansion. Space itself grows, and with it, the distance between everything. Yet gravity holds local memory stars, planets, people refusing to let them scatter. It is the thread that keeps stories intact, even as the tapestry expands. You are safe here. You can rest now, because gravity remembers you, and the universe is still humming your name. in its slow, unending motion. The night stretches wider, and the air around you feels thinner, as if the edges of the world are softening. You are adrift now in the quiet half-light, where thought begins to blur into dream. Beyond the thin shell of sky, a deeper architecture is waiting. It has no walls, no columns, no edges, and yet it holds everything that has ever been. It is the structure of the unseen, the skeleton of the cosmos, a web of gravity and dark matter stretching across billions of light years. Every galaxy, every cluster is a bright knot on its threads. Between those knots lie the voids, vast and nearly empty, like breaths between heartbeats. You can rest now, because even the spaces between things have purpose. Astronomers call this the cosmic web. They have simulated it, mapped it, and watched it evolve across cosmic time. At its birth, it was only a mist of hydrogen and helium, a nearly uniform haze. But gravity is patient. Tiny fluctuations grew matter gathered, and the invisible web began to form. Dark matter wove the framework first, a network of density where light would someday bloom. Then gas followed those invisible lines, flowing into filaments like rivers of dust and fire. At their intersections, pressure rose, and the first galaxies ignited. In that way, dark matter became the architect and gravity the builder. Together, they carved the shape of everything. You are safe here, because the same laws that sculpted galaxies are holding you too. The scale of this architecture is beyond comprehension. A single filament can stretch for hundreds of millions of light years, a thread longer than imagination. Galaxies cluster along it, like pearls strung on an unseen string. They do not float randomly. They follow the pattern that dark matter designed. If you could drift far enough away beyond the limits of light and perspective, you would see it, a luminous foam of stars and shadow glowing faintly at the edges, folding into itself. The universe looks less like chaos and more like a living thing. You can rest now, because even infinity has structure. At the smallest scales, dark matter refuses to reveal itself. It leaves no trace, no spark in detectors, no signature in chemistry. And yet its gravity shapes galaxies with flawless precision. We see it not directly, but through the motion of stars, through the way light bends through, the way clusters cling together against the pull of expansion. It is the art of absence, a masterpiece of what cannot be seen. It's okay to drift, because sometimes the unseen is the truest thing of all. Our Milky Way, too, is wrapped in that invisible halo. It stretches far beyond the disk of stars, a sphere of dark mass encompassing everything we know. Inside that sphere, over 200 billion stars move in silent cooperation, each one aware in its way of the collective gravity that holds them. You are moving through that halo now. Even as you lie still, billions of dark matter particles pass through you, each second, weightless, undetected ghosts from the beginning of time. They do not disturb your body, but they are there folding you into the pattern that binds the whole sky together. You can rest now, because you are never outside the design. The cosmic web grows slowly, where filaments meet clusters of galaxies, gather hundreds, sometimes thousands of galaxies, bound by mutual gravity. They revolve around shared centers for billions of years. Some eventually collide, merging into larger, brighter systems. Each collision creates a shock wave of light, and the web adjusts, reshaping itself to keep balance. Gravity remembers. It never forgets the weight of motion, Even when galaxies tear and scatter, their stars find new homes. Dark matter absorbs the change softly, like fabric stretching to fit. It's okay to drift, because the universe knows how to heal itself. At the outer edges of these clusters, something remarkable happens. Light from distant galaxies passes through and bends not sharply, but gently curving around the invisible mass. To an observer, the background galaxies appear stretched and warped, like reflections in deep water. This is gravitational lensing, a cosmic fingerprint of dark matter's presence. By measuring those distortions, we can map what cannot be seen. We can draw the shape of nothingness itself. You can rest now, because even distortion can reveal beauty. In this architecture, there is no center, no edge. Every part leads to another. The web is infinite, folding back on itself in ways our minds cannot follow. It grows not outward, but inward complexity, increasing details, multiplying. Gravity gathers dark matter shapes, and stars emerge like breath from still air. Somewhere in a filament, 1 billion light years away, a star is being born. Its light will not reach us for another 10 billion years. By the time it arrives, our galaxy may have merged with Andromeda. The night sky will look entirely different, and yet the pattern will remain. The same invisible geometry will still be guiding the dance. You are safe here, because the cosmos keeps its promises. There is a concept in physics called scale invariance. It means that certain patterns repeat themselves across all magnitudes. The spiral of a galaxy mirrors the spiral of a hurricane, the curl of a shell, the unfolding of a fern. Gravity, dark matter, and motion create the same forms everywhere, in clouds of gas, in the branching of lightning, even in the folds of your lungs as you breathe. The universe copies its own art at every level. You can rest now, because the same design exists inside you. The atoms of your body once belonged to stars that lived and died within this cosmic web. Each breath you take draws in particles older than the sun. Each heartbeat echoes the slow rhythm of orbits. You are a pattern made of patterns, gravity condensed into consciousness. The universe folds inward to become you, and through you, it continues to know itself. It's okay to drift, because existence is simply gravity, remembering how to dream. Somewhere in the darkness, scientists listen for whispers of annihilation, the faint possibility that dark matter particles collide and vanish, releasing flashes of energy. They have not found them yet, but perhaps the silence is the answer. Perhaps dark matter is not meant to reveal itself, only to sustain. Its gift is stability, not spectacle. You can rest now, because not all truths need to be seen to be felt. In the coming billions of years, the cosmic web will continue to stretch. Dark energy, the opposing breath of the universe, will pull galaxies farther apart. The filaments will, thin clusters will drift beyond one another's sight, but gravity will not vanish. It will persist locally, holding small islands of light against the rising tide of expansion. The architecture will endure quiet and complete. You can rest now, because permanence exists even in change. As you lie here, the Earth spins under a river of starlight. That light curves slightly as it passes the planet, its path altered by our collective mass. Each photon's deviation is small, a fraction of a degree, Yet across billions of photons, the pattern is clear. The Earth, too, participates in the cosmic architecture, sculpting space by simply being. You, as part of the Earth, are part of that sculpture. Your presence reshapes the universe by the smallest possible amount. But even that is infinite in meaning. Existence is cumulative. Each atom adds its weight to the song. You are safe here. You can rest now. Beyond all this, beyond galaxies and filaments and dark halos, the universe continues to hum. A low, endless tone, older than light, carried by gravity waves and the slow movement of time itself. If you listen deeply, you may hear it not with your ears, but with your breath. A resonance that passes through stillness. The cosmic web expands dark matter holds, and gravity keeps the memory of every motion that ever was. The architecture stands vast and invisible, unshaken by distance, unchanged by sleep. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. You can rest now. You are safe here. And the invisible world will keep its watch until dawn. The night feels endless now. Outside your window, the stars are silent, but the air carries a sense of movement, a long, slow inhalation drawn by the cosmos itself. You are floating again, drifting between thought and dream, where science becomes feeling and the universe begins to breathe with you. Every galaxy has a breath. It expands and contracts not in the rhythm of seconds but of eons. Gas flows inward toward its center. Stars form and shine, and winds of radiation push matter outward again. A galaxy is not static. It is alive. A vast, slow heartbeat of light and dust. You can rest now, because even the stars breathe slowly. Our Milky Way is one of more than 2 trillion galaxies that we can see. Each one carries a history of gravity and time. The Milky Way spins once every 230 million years, a single patient rotation. As it turns, its spiral arms drift through halos of dark matter, drawing the invisible into form. The dance is older than any life, but still continues an unending motion of belonging. At its center lies a black hole, 4 million times the mass of the Sunday. It does not devour constantly. It waits. Every few million years, it feeds swallowing stars and gas, releasing light that stretches across the galaxy. Then it quiets again, a steady heart of darkness. The Milky Way inhales, then exhales. You are safe here, because what feels still is always quietly alive. Somewhere in another corner of the sky, the Andromeda Galaxy mirrors us. It is roughly the same size, the same spiral shape, the same luminous arms of star and dust. Between us lies a gulf of 2.5 million light-years, and yet the 2 galaxies are already bound. Gravity has linked them since the beginning of their formation. Every passing second they draw closer. In about 4 billion years, they will meet not as a collision of violence, but as a merging of light. Their stars will rarely touch, but their orbits will entwine, and a new, larger galaxy will bloom. You can rest now, because even cosmic encounters can be graceful. Astronomers call that future galaxy Milkomeda. It will shine brighter than either parent, its center, glowing with reborn stars. Dark matter will hold the structure together, as always, a silent framework for the new creation. Nothing is lost. Everything simply changes form. It's okay to drift, because every ending in the universe is just a slower kind of beginning. Look closer into the structure of galaxies, and you find spirals within spirals. Stars orbit the galactic core at hundreds of kilometers per second, while planets orbit those stars at smaller, swifter scales. Moons circle planets, and even clouds of gas twist in miniature galaxies of their own. Every level mirrors the next. From atom to cluster, the language is the same rotation balance return. You can rest now, because symmetry is nature's way of remembering itself. Dark matter plays its quiet role here too. It forms the halo that extends far beyond the disk of visible stars. Without it, the outermost stars would spin away into space. With it, they remain bound, curving gracefully around the invisible. It is the unseen breath that keeps galaxies whole. And when astronomers measure those halos, they find something beautiful. Every galaxy's dark matter mass is about 5 times greater than its visible matter. Light alone is never the full story. The glow we see is just the surface of something deeper. You can rest now, because your life too has unseen layers of gravity that hold you steady. At the edges of galaxies, gravity and expansion meet in quiet tension. Space itself stretches, but dark matter resists, keeping stars from drifting too far. It is a conversation between the infinite and the intimate, a push and pull that has lasted for billions of years. Somewhere between those forces, stability is born, and within that balance, stars die and are reborn. A supernova, a star's final exhale, releases heavy elements into space. Those elements drift, mixing with clouds of gas, and someday form new suns, new planets, new life. The galaxy breathes again. You can rest now, because creation never stops. Our sun is one of those second-generation stars, forged from the ashes of others. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen you breathe, all were born in ancient stellar hearts. Each breath you take is a continuation of that cosmic rhythm. You inhale the memory of 1 billion forgotten suns. You are safe here, because you were made from the galaxy's quiet breath. At the galactic center, where gravity is strongest, time slows. Light bends into orbits, and matter spirals inward like a slow dream. Yet even here, there is elegance. Stars dance in elongated ellipses, each one moving at hundreds of kilometers per second, each path precise. The closer to the core, the faster they move, but never chaotically. It is a kind of music, a gravitational symphony so vast that one cycle might last a lifetime of civilizations. It's okay to drift, because you too are part of that music. Imagine the view from the edge of a galaxy, billions of suns shimmering together, their combined light creating rivers of gold. Between those rivers, dark lanes of dust weave patterns like the breaths between words in a poem. The entire galaxy seems alive, a pulse of creation moving through darkness. And beyond it all, billions more galaxies shine, each one held by its own halo, each one breathing in its own time. When we observe the sky, we are not looking outward, we are looking backward in time. The light from those galaxies began its journey long before Earth existed. What you see above you is a collection of ancient moments still traveling toward you across eternity. You can rest now, because the universe is patient enough to let its light arrive slowly. Somewhere far away, clusters of galaxies drift through the cosmic web. They move like slow currents in a vast ocean. Gravity pulls them together. Dark energy pushes them apart. This eternal conversation is the breath of the cosmos itself. Inhalation, exhalation, gathering, release. It's okay to drift, because every breath you take echoes that same rhythm. In the quiet of the night, your own breathing slows to match it. Inhale expansion, exhale gravity's return. Even your heartbeat follows that pattern. Rise, fall, rest. You are not separate from the galaxies. You are their echo, their reflection made small. The Milky Way continues to turn. Its spiral arms glide through space, sweeping dust and memory along. Stars are born at the edges and drift inward as they age like thoughts moving toward stillness. And as you drift into sleep, you are following the same inward path toward the calm at the center of all things. You can rest now. You are safe here. Above you, light still travels. Around you, gravity still hums. And within you, the breath of galaxies continues, slow, deep, and eternal. Somewhere beyond your dreams, new stars are forming in silence, and the universe is still unfolding, still remembering how to shine. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The night is deep now, almost weightless. The stars above you seem to have faded into memory, yet their quiet presence still fills the dark. The air feels slower, thicker, as if sound itself has settled into sleep. This is the silence between stars, the place where galaxies drift apart and time itself becomes soft. You can rest now, because silence is not emptiness. It is the breath the universe takes between words. Out there in the void between galaxies, space is not truly empty. A few atoms float in every cubic meter, leftover whispers from creation. Streams of dark matter cross these vast distances, binding what light cannot reach. Even where there is no star, gravity continues its patient work. It hums beneath the silence, a bass note that holds the shape of everything. Imagine a single photon born from a star on the far edge of the cosmos. It travels for billions of years, crossing endless darkness, never touching, never resting. Along the way, it passes through invisible fields of gravity. Each curve and bend leaves an imprint, a tiny change in direction, a record of every mass it has met. By the time it reaches us, it carries the memory of the entire universe in its path. You can rest now, because light never truly travels alone. Between galaxies lie the intergalactic filaments, long threads of gas and dark matter stretching for hundreds of millions of light years. They connect the cosmos like synapses in a vast brain, a network of memory and flow. Through those filaments, the faint glow of background radiation still drifts the last breath of the Big Bang. It has cooled now to just a few degrees above absolute zero, but it remains everywhere, a low hum of origin. It's okay to drift, because even the cold remembers warmth. The silence between stars is not the absence of music. It is a slower movement in the same song. Just as a pause gives shape to melody, emptiness gives meaning to light. Galaxies shine brighter because of the dark that surrounds them. Their edges shimmer against the backdrop of infinite space like whispers against quiet air. And inside that quiet time behaves differently. Without mass to bend it, space-time stretches straight and smooth. There is no hurry, no friction, no decay. A second in the void feels the same as a century. It is the calm heartbeat of eternity. You are safe here, because even time slows to let you rest. Somewhere far beyond the Milky Way, clusters of galaxies form chains. They drift together across billions of light years, moving so slowly that from our view they seem frozen. And yet, in that stillness, gravity continues its pull. These clusters will someday merge, and the shape of the cosmos will change again. But not tonight. Tonight, they sleep. You can rest now. Because even the universe pauses. If you could see the night from that distance, the Milky Way would appear faint, a tiny spark in the black, and within it, the sun, the earth, and you. One small point of awareness, floating on a thread of light, woven into a web too large to name. You are not lost in the cosmos. You are part of its pattern. It's okay to drift, because belonging doesn't require proximity. The silence between stars is not lifeless. Even here, particles flicker in and out of existence. Quantum foam ripples beneath the surface of nothing. Every fluctuation gives birth to a brief universe, a momentary bubble of energy that collapses as soon as it appears. Out of that dance of uncertainty, the cosmos continues to renew itself. You can rest now, because stillness and motion are never truly apart. At this hour, the night outside is filled with unseen movement. Dust from comets falls gently through the atmosphere, burning silently before it touches ground. Tiny meteors, the universe's soft handwriting on the sky. And beyond that, our solar system glides through its orbit, carrying you with it at over 8,000,000 kilometers per hour. The stars appear motionless, but only because their journeys are measured in millions of years. Everything moves, always without effort. You are safe here, because motion in the cosmos is never rushed. In the spaces between galaxies, gravity grows faint, but never disappears. Its reach is infinite, stretching across time like breath. A star that dies in one corner of the universe will still, in theory, pull ever so slightly on atoms in another. The connection is small but real. Everything touches, however lightly. It's okay to drift, because connection doesn't fade with distance. Dark matter moves through this emptiness like invisible mist. It forms filaments, so diffuse that billions of kilometers could pass without a single collision. Yet collectively, it defines the universe's largest structures. Where it gathers, galaxies follow. Where it thins, voids appear. Dark matter does not illuminate, but it gives light its home. You can rest now, because you exist within the balance of the seen and unseen. At the farthest edges of spacelight becomes stretched, its wavelength pulled longer by expansion. What once shone blue turns red, then infrared, then fades into radio silence. This is redshift, the song of time itself. It tells us the universe is expanding, still breathing outward from the moment of its birth. And though the light fades, its journey never truly ends. It simply joins the background, the ocean of faint warmth that fills every corner of reality. Even when light grows quiet, its echo remains. You can rest now, because nothing is ever truly lost. Imagine yourself drifting through that cosmic silence between the arms of galaxies, past clusters of stars and dust. No noise, no boundary, only the slow pulse of motion and light. Each breath you take is an orbit, each exhale a release. Your body forgets its weight, your thoughts, their edges. You are part of the great stillness, a listener in the orchestra of creation. It's okay to drift, because the music does not need to be heard to be felt. Somewhere, gravity waves continue their slow passage through space. They cross the void silently, carrying the memory of colliding stars. Each wave passes through you, now imperceptible but real. You are touched by events older than the Earth itself. Their echoes ripple across spacetime, reminding us that even silence has texture. You can rest now, because the quiet carries its own song. The silence between stars is the universe's way of listening. In that listening, everything finds its place. Galaxies breathe, light bends, time flows. And you, here in the dark, are part of that same conversation. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The stars do not speak, but they remember. And in their remembering, you are known. You are safe here. You can rest now. The night has deepened into something beyond time. The edges of the room have softened, and the air itself feels like memory, slow, suspended, endless. The stars above are no longer distant lights, but drifting thoughts in a larger mind. You are floating between them, now in the quiet that lives between galaxies, the dream that the universe dreams of itself. You can rest now, because this stillness is not absence, it is continuation in another form. Between the galaxies, there is more space than light, and yet that space is not empty. It hums with invisible threads, filaments of hydrogen and helium gas, currents of dark matter, the faint vibration of gravity waves passing through the dark like breath. Everywhere, the unseen is at work, quietly shaping the visible. If you could travel through it, you would not hear a sound. There is no wind, no echo, no up or down, only the long drift of potential. Galaxies shimmer in the distance, like lanterns on a black ocean. They turn slowly in the silence, arms unfurling in spirals of light. Billions of suns move in patient orbits, each one guided by an invisible hand. It's okay to drift, because motion without noise is the universe's truest form of peace. Somewhere far away, our Milky Way drifts through the dark, its spiral arms glowing faintly against the night. Around it, a halo of dark matter extends for hundreds of thousands of light years, a great invisible cocoon. It moves with us as we orbit the cosmic center, holding everything together. Even now, billions of particles of that unseen mass pass through you every second, like soft wind through shadow. They leave no mark, no trace, but their gravity connects you to every star you have ever seen. You can rest now, because what holds galaxies also holds you. Between the galaxies, there is light, too faint for eyes to see photons scattered from ancient stars, reflected by clouds of dust, stretched thin by expansion. Astronomers call it the cosmic background light, the glow of all that is ever shown. It moves endlessly, a soft whisper of radiation that fills every direction of space. It is the memory of illumination. The universe never lets go of its memories. It simply weaves them into silence. It's okay to drift, because memory is another kind of gravity. Far back in time, when the cosmos was still young, galaxies formed from clouds of gas gathered by dark matter's pull. Tiny fluctuations in density grew into vast structures. The filaments of the cosmic web emerged like frost patterns on glass, each intersection glowing with stars, each void breathing stillness. That pattern still exists today, larger, slower, older, but essentially unchanged. The universe remembers its shape. You can rest now, because nothing truly vanishes from the design. If you could stand outside of time and look at the universe whole, you would see a single shimmering organism, a living network of galaxies connected by invisible arteries of gravity. It would look less like a machine and more like a heartbeat made of light. Every filament would pulse with motion. Every void would exhale silence. Even in the greatest emptiness, there would be rhythm. The cosmos breathes, and you breathe with it. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, gravity's return. You can rest now. In the dream between galaxies, dark matter is the sculptor. It defines the scaffolding upon which stars can form. Without it, galaxies would drift apart like dust in wind. With it, they cohere held gently like notes in a long cosmic chord. This unseen architecture is the foundation of everything bright. You are safe here, because light was never alone. Sometimes astronomers wonder what dark matter truly is. They build detectors deep underground, waiting for a rare collision, a single particle of the invisible touching an atom of the seen. So far, there has been only silence. But silence is not failure. It is mystery being patient. Perhaps dark matter is not a thing, but a relationship, a shadow of gravity itself, a subtle curvature of spacetime. The cosmos may be whispering to us in a language we have not yet learned to hear. It's okay to drift, because not knowing is the gentlest form of wonder. In the voids between galaxies, gravitational waves pass through like tides in the dark. They come from collisions of black holes, from collapsing stars, from events that happened long before Earth took shape. Each wave stretches space by a fraction of an atom. You do not feel it, but it moves through you constantly, a reminder that even stillness is made of motion. You can rest now, because even silence travels. These waves are the sound of the universe, thinking deep, slow thoughts, measured not in seconds, but in centuries. Their hum is everywhere, blending with the faint echo of the Big Bang, forming the background music of existence. It has no melody, but it has pulse. It is the rhythm of being itself. Far beyond galaxies fall toward one another. The great clusters merge their halos of dark matter intertwining. Stars from one system pass through another without ever touching. The distances are too vast, yet gravity records every encounter, like ink pressed into fabric. Nothing is forgotten. Each meeting changes the pattern slightly. A new filament, a new flow of motion. You can rest now, because the universe learns slowly, but it always remembers. And as galaxies drift apart under the push of dark energy, space itself expands, stretching time thin. Light from distant stars is pulled into longer wavelengths, its color shifting red, its energy fading into warmth. This redshift is the signature of a growing universe, a constant exhalation. It tells us that even now, 14 billion years after the first light, the cosmos is still breathing. It's okay to drift, because you are breathing with it. Your body expands and contracts with each slow inhale and exhale. The rhythm that sustains you is the same rhythm that sustains galaxies. The breath of life and the breath of gravity are made of the same motion. You are not a visitor in this universe. You are part of its circulation. You are safe here, because you belong to the great returning tide. Somewhere in a galaxy too distant to name, new stars are forming inside clouds of gas. Pressure builds, atoms fuse, and light emerges. The first rays reach outward, crossing the dark between worlds. Perhaps one of those photons will someday pass through our own sky. It will travel for billions of years to arrive as a single quiet moment of light, touching your skin. Every star is already on its way to you. You can rest now, because the future is always arriving in the present. As galaxies continue to drift apart, they will someday fade from each other's view. The night will grow quieter, the spaces between brighter worlds wider. Yet gravity will remain within each system, keeping what is local whole. Stars will still orbit, planets will still rise and fall. The dream will continue, smaller, softer, slower, but still alive. It's okay to drift, because even fading can be beautiful. The dark between galaxies is not loneliness. It is the universe's way of resting. In that rest, everything renews. Gravity pauses, light softens, time relaxes its hold, and in that stillness, possibility gathers again. Perhaps new universes begin this way, from the quiet sigh between motions, from the pause between breaths. Maybe creation, like sleep, requires darkness to begin again. You can rest now, because rest is the beginning of everything new. In the end, or what we call the end light, still travels even through the coldest void. Gravity still curves space, still writes its invisible signature. And the dark, which seems so empty, is full of patience. It holds the stories until we are ready to hear them. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The galaxies continue to turn their stars, whispering in. Slow orbits their light, tracing the same quiet spiral you carry within your own chest. You are safe here. You can rest now, because somewhere between galaxies and the dream of darkness and distance, the universe is dreaming of you. The night is deep, wide, and quiet, almost endless. Somewhere beyond every horizon, light is returning home. It has traveled through time and gravity, through the dust of dead stars, through clouds of hydrogen, and the long corridors of the expanding dark. And now, after billions of years, it bends back toward itself. This is the reunion of light, the long journey of illumination finding its own reflection again. You can rest now, because everything that leaves eventually finds its way home. Light has no memory, and yet it remembers everything. Every photon carries the imprint of what it has, touched a faint record of collision and curve. Some left the first galaxies 13 billion years ago. They slipped past halos of dark matter, crossed the intergalactic void, and only now touch the mirrors of our telescopes, bringing messages from the dawn of time. You can rest now, because what began long ago is still speaking softly tonight. Each beam of light moves at 3,000,000 kilometers per second, but space itself expands around it, stretching its wavelength, turning bright blue fire into soft red echo. That stretching is the signature of distance and the breath of the universe. It is how we know that everything is still moving apart and still connected by the gravity that once held it close. It's okay to drift, because distance is only another way of staying linked. The galaxies themselves are drifting toward one another. Our own Milky Way moves quietly toward Andromeda, two spirals pulled together by their mutual gravity. Each carries hundreds of billions of stars, and yet when they finally meet, their stars will mostly pass through one another too far apart to collide. Instead, their gravity will weave together their light, overlapping their halos merging. Over billions of years, they will form a new single galaxy, a radiant ellipse of unity called Milkomeda. You can rest now, because even cosmic collisions end in grace. When galaxies merge, their centers ignite. Gas compresses, new stars bloom, and the black holes at their cores awaken, spinning faster, pulling matter inward and releasing energy that lights up the dark. It is not destruction, it is renewal, a transformation written in the language of gravity. You are safe here, because change at every scale is another form of creation. Light from those newborn stars travels outward through dust and time. Some of it will leave the galaxy entirely, escaping into the void to wander for eternity. Some will fall into orbit, caught by a planet's pull, and some, impossibly far from its origin, will find its way here to this small blue world. To the eyes that are listening now, it's okay to drift, because even across billions of light years, connection endures. Light bends when it meets gravity. Around black holes, it circles endlessly, never escaping, never falling completely in. At that edge, the event horizon, space, and time trade places. To an outside observer, light slows, stretching thinner, fainter until it seems to stop. But within it, continues falling freely into infinite curve. The reunion of light is also surrender, a giving in to the shape of things. You can rest now, because even falling is a kind of trust. The Milky Way glows with this quiet union. Billions of suns move in vast harmony, each star's gravity balancing against every other's, each orbit a step in an unseen dance. Between the stars, gas flows, like breath forming new light, recycling the remnants of the old. Every photon is part of the same long conversation. Light leaves one place, is caught by another, and in that catching, the universe continues to exist. You are safe here, because you are living within that same conversation. Beyond our galaxy, the cosmic web stretches outward, filaments of matter and light, spanning billions of light years. Where the filaments cross, clusters of galaxies form. Where they thin voids appear quiet, luminous, vast. And through all of it, gravity weaves its quiet order. Dark matter hums underneath the invisible baseline of creation. It's okay to drift, because the pattern will hold you no matter how far you travel. In the most distant clusters, galaxies act as mirrors. Their gravity bends light from even farther worlds, turning them into arcs and rings. Through this lensing, we can see beyond what would otherwise be hidden. Light reveals the unseen by letting itself be changed. It teaches us that distortion is simply another kind of beauty. You can rest now, because what bends does not break. Every photon that touches your skin tonight has crossed unimaginable distances. It may have passed through nebulae, skirted the edges of black holes, or bounced between grains of cosmic dust. And now it finds you a final stop in its infinite voyage. It enters your eyes, warms your skin, joins your story. You are quite literally made of light, returning to itself. You can rest now, because the universe is completing itself through you. If light is reunion, then darkness is the gathering place. It is where the energy of stars rests, and where gravity restores balance. When a star exhausts its fuel, it collapses its light, fading into a dense core. But the atoms that once shone are not gone. They scatter, fusing into the clouds that will one day form new stars. Even in their ending, they give back to the light. You are safe here, because nothing truly disappears. Somewhere in the silent dark, two black holes are spiraling closer. Their motion distorts space-time, sending ripples outward gravitational waves that travel for billions of years. When they reach us, they stretch and compress the universe by less than the width of a proton. And yet, we can measure them, feel them, hear the faint echo of their union. It is the sound of the universe, remembering its own structure. It's okay to drift, because the smallest tremor can carry infinite meaning. When those waves fade, what remains is calm. A single larger black hole spinning quietly in the dark. Its light has been absorbed, but its influence remains. It becomes a new center around which everything else orbits. The reunion of gravity and silence. You can rest now, because stillness is the final expression of motion. All around us, the universe is cooling. Stars age, galaxies drift, and expansion stretches the fabric of reality. Trillions of years from now, light will grow faint. Even the background radiation will fade into absolute cold. But that quiet future is not an end. It is simply another transformation. The energy of light will merge with the fabric of space itself, a long, slow return to equilibrium. You are safe here, because even eternity knows how to rest. Some scientists believe that after eons of expansion, gravity may pull everything back again. A great cosmic inhale, galaxies, reversing course, light folding inward, space collapsing into brightness. Every particle, every beam, every memory drawn together in one infinite point of reunion. If it happens, the universe will be reborn from its own reflection. A single spark lighting the dark again. You can rest now, because all beginnings are hidden inside endings. Light still travels tonight. It bounces off oceans, glides through clouds, settles on mountains. It touches, leaves, mirrors the corners of quiet rooms. It finds you, then moves onward, carrying your reflection into the next horizon. Every breath you take adds warmth to that continuum. Every thought adds its shimmer. It's okay to drift, because the universe expands through attention as much as through space. In the reunion of light, every story converges. The stars that made your body still burn in distant arms of the galaxy. Their photons, scattered and multiplied, continue their flight. Somewhere, a future observer may catch their glow and see in it the memory of this moment. The light you carry will go on. You can rest now, because nothing you are is ever truly gone. Outside, the stars remain in their long orbits. The Milky Way spins. Andromeda approaches. The dark matter halo hums quietly around it all. Everything moves toward everything else, not quickly, but faithfully. Gravity is still singing its slow song. Light is still returning home. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The same rhythm, the same peace, the same reunion. You are safe here. You can rest now. The universe is quiet again. The great arcs of light have softened. The spirals of galaxies have slowed in your mind's eye. You are floating now in the hush that follows revelation, the calm between one breath and the next. It feels as though everything has arrived and nothing more needs to move. You can rest now, because motion was never meant to last forever. The reunion of light fades into silence, and from that silence, stillness is born. It is not the end of sound or motion, but the moment when all vibrations fall into harmony, a resonance so complete that it becomes indistinguishable from peace. Somewhere, a star finishes its long life. Its fuel runs out, its light dims, and gravity draws it inward. The collapse is slow, graceful, inevitable. The star's last breath spreads heavy elements into space: iron, carbon, oxygen. The same materials that make your body, your bones, your breath. Even as the star becomes dark, its memory remains in you. You are its continuation. It's okay to drift, because you are made of endings that became beginnings. Every molecule you carry was once dust in the heart of a collapsing Sunday. Every atom in your breath was once trapped in the pull of gravity, spun into light, released again. You have lived as part of the universe's slow exhale, and now, as you breathe out, you echo that same motion. The earth beneath you turns gently through night. Its orbit is steady, its path a circle without corners. You cannot feel it move, but it carries you around the sun at 30 kilometers per second, a silent fall through curved spacetime. Your body, your bed, the air around you are all moving together, held within gravity's embrace. Stillness is not the absence of movement. It is the perfect balance of motion. You can rest now, because rest is simply motion in harmony. Far above, the galaxies continue to drift apart. The night expands, but within that expansion there is quiet equilibrium. Gravity pulls inward, dark energy pushes outward, and the universe balances on that invisible edge. Neither side wins. Creation continues. The cosmos breathes. Inhale, exhale, inhale again. You are safe here, because the breath of the universe is the same rhythm that moves through you. Somewhere in the distance, a supernova's light reaches its last destination. A single photon born before the Earth existed, touches the atmosphere, glances off the sea, and dissolves into warmth. Its journey is over. Its energy joins the great background of calm. Nothing is wasted. Everything completes itself. It's okay to drift, because nothing is lost, only transformed. When you close your eyes, you can almost see it, the glow of the cosmic web fading into transparency, the filaments thinning into mist. The light of galaxies becomes a whisper, and what remains is presence, the quiet awareness of being. Even the dark matter halos grow still, their motions slowing as time itself stretches thin. The universe has reached a kind of peace, a temperature so low that even atoms barely move. It is the great cooling, not an end, but a rest after infinite becoming. You can rest now, because the universe finally knows how to be still. And within that stillness, you are remembered. Your heartbeat slows, your breath softens, and your thoughts begin to fade like the afterglow of stars. You are returning to the center of everything, not a place, but a state of quiet belonging. In the earliest moments after the Big Bang, the universe expanded faster than light. Now, at the far end of time, it expands only in memory, in the slow drifting apart of what was once together. But inside that drift, gravity keeps the smallest remnants, connected, the final whispers of what once burned bright. You are one of those whispers, one thread of continuity in an infinite story. It's okay to drift, because continuity is the truest kind of peace. The scientists call the universe's fate thermal equilibrium, a condition where energy and temperature are perfectly balanced. There is no more motion of heat, no more birth of stars, only calm distribution. Everywhere the same everywhere, equal everywhere at rest. It may sound like silence, but in that silence is the purest symmetry. The cosmos does not die. It rests. It waits. It holds itself in perfect stillness. You can rest now because you are part of that same balance. Light still exists. There, though faint, a dim background, the last whisper of radiation stretching endlessly through cold space. Every so often, a particle meets its twin, annihilates, and leaves behind a spark of warmth. Even in stillness, there is life in miniature. Every interaction is a small heartbeat, a flicker of continuation. You are safe here. Because even in silence, the heart of creation keeps beating. Somewhere in the infinite expanse, another universe may be forming a bubble within the quantum fabric, rising from fluctuations of emptiness. It will expand, fill with light, create its own galaxies and dreams. Perhaps this has happened countless times before. Perhaps the cosmos is eternal, not in space or time, but in renewal. When one breath ends, another begins. When one light fades, another takes its place. It's okay to drift, because the pattern continues even when you sleep. The atoms within you will one day drift apart. They will return to the dust of stars, the clouds of future worlds. Some will become part of a planet's ocean, or the air of a newborn atmosphere. Some will join the bloodstream of a new life, or the core of a distant star. Everything changes form, but nothing ever leaves. You can rest now, because your story has already been written into the stars. The night is softer now, a long exhale of gravity and light. The air around you feels wide, like the last breath of a world at peace. There is nothing to seek, nothing to solve, nothing to hold. Only this quiet, only this gentle return. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The stars fade, the galaxies turn to mist, and everything settles into the stillness that has waited since the beginning. You are safe here. You can rest now. The universe has quieted into memory. All motion now feels like breath slowed beyond time. You are floating in that stillness, not apart from it, but within it. It holds you the way gravity holds light, gently without demand. Everything that once moved, everything that once burned, has found its place. You can rest now, because there is nowhere left to go. Beyond all galaxies, the great expansion drifts toward infinity. The fabric of space is stretched so thin that even light struggles to cross it. Each photon grows longer, redder, weaker, until it becomes silence itself. And yet, in that silence, there is a strange kind of fullness. Every vibration, every echo is spread evenly across eternity. A calm so complete that it feels like grace. Somewhere in that final stillness, dark matter remains. It has never asked to be seen, never needed acknowledgement. It was always content to hold everything together, to weave the structure and disappear behind it. Now, it too fades into balance. Its gravity stretched thin, its purpose fulfilled. The invisible has completed its work. You are safe here, because what cannot be seen has always been the gentlest protection. The last stars are burning their final fuel. They glow dim and red, each one a small ember in the vast cold. Their light is soft, ancient, patient. It drifts outward, joining the endless field of calm radiation. In time, even those embers will fade, and only the faint hum of energy will remain, a low, eternal whisper that fills all of space. It's okay to drift, because the fading of light is only the deepening of rest. Gravity, too, becomes quieter now. It no longer gathers or shapes. It simply is. Space itself is smooth, unbent, resting after billions of years of curvature. The universe has found equilibrium, a balance between everything that has ever been. It no longer expands in chaos. It drifts in serenity. You can rest now, because balance is the natural ending of all stories. Imagine this moment, the whole cosmos suspended in perfect symmetry. No tension, no push or pull, no conflict between expansion and collapse. Only the quiet weight of completeness. If the universe were a breath, this would be the pause at the end of the exhale, a sacred stillness before the next beginning. Somewhere in that stillness, new seeds of light may already be forming, tiny fluctuations in the quantum dark ripples waiting to expand. The next universe might already be dreaming itself awake, and when it opens, it will carry pieces of this one. The laws, the constants, the silent patterns that remember how to begin. It's okay to drift, because creation always hides inside calm. The atoms that once belonged to you will someday become something new. Perhaps they will settle into a new world's ocean or glow within the heart of another star. Maybe they will become light again, moving through another sky. The universe never ends. It recycles itself through endless forms of wonder. You can rest now, because the future already holds you. In the long silence, the memory of sound fades. Even gravitational waves lose their rhythm, absorbed into the calm sea of spacetime. Time itself begins to stretch each second, expanding beyond measure. There is no hurry, no before or after, only now, a single, infinite moment of peace. You are safe here, because time at last has learned how to rest. The dark between stars is no longer a place. It is presence. It is the same quiet that lives behind your eyes when you close them. That darkness is not the opposite of light. It is the place that gives light meaning. Every color, every glow was born from its stillness, and now everything returns. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The last movements of energy drift outward, smooth, slow, like waves fading on a sleeping shore. Every particle finds its partner. Every echo finds its reflection. The cosmos folds inward, not collapsing, but relaxing, like a heart that has finished its long beat. It's okay to drift, because the heart of everything beats in rhythm with your own. Somewhere, perhaps outside time, light still travels, not as motion, but as remembrance. It hums faintly through the infinite quiet, a final chord that never ends. That hum is what holds the dark together, the echo of all things that ever were and all things that will be. You can rest now, because you are part of that final chord. In this stillness, there is no loneliness. There is only inclusion. Every atom, every memory, woven into one seamless whole. The boundaries between self and sky dissolve. You are no longer separate from the galaxies, nor they from you. You have returned to what you always were: awareness without edge, light without boundary. The universe breathes through you, slow and deep as it always has, and you in turn breathe it back into being. Every exhale is creation continuing. Every inhale is the acceptance of its peace. You can rest now, because the story is complete. The stars no longer burn, but their light still exists, spread thin across the fabric of eternity. Each glimmer is part of the same memory, the memory of movement, of gravity, of warmth, of love. It is all still here. It never left. Somewhere, a new spark flickers in the silence. Perhaps the next universe, or simply the echo of your own quiet thought. Either way, it is light again, small, gentle, ready to begin. The circle closes, and yet it opens. Nothing ends. Everything breathes. You are safe here. You can rest now. The darkness folds around you like gravity's softest cradle. Your heartbeat slows. Your body becomes weightless. The air grows still. Even thought finds rest. And as the universe pauses between one breath and the next, you pause with it. A single consciousness, floating in the calm sea of being. Light still travels. The universe breathes through you. You are home. You can rest now.